National Voyage. Use points to build a God-class fleet. Chapter 11. When Christie's ugly face was revealed to everyone, the war froze at this moment. This human is really beautiful. Woman, white, beautiful. I'm going to take her back to the goblin territory and enjoy it. Goblins are all lustful. Christie's amazing beauty made them irresistible. This is not to blame for the goblins, even if they were replaced by humans, they probably all have ghosts in their hearts and brains at the moment. If you want to blame Christie for being too beautiful and hot. Cut. Christie heard the foul language from the coastal battlefield, and she looked contemptuous and indifferent. At this time, she only had eyes for her own captain, Qin Feng. I have to admit that Christie's face and waist are very exciting. Qin Feng kept his mind, his heart was still pounding. In order to better command the hero Christie to fight, he immediately checked her attributes. Hero Christie. Identity Crystal Maiden. Occupation Mage. Grade 2nd grade. Talent Arcane Aura. Members of your own fleet. Mana recovery speed plus 3 points per hour. Level LV.1. Health volume 1000. Magic 3000. Skill. Frost Nova explodes a piece of frost, causing damage and slowing effect to enemies within the range. Range. 100 meters in diameter. Damage. 350. Mana consumption. 300. Frozen inhibition. Manipulate frost to surround an enemy unit, prohibiting its movement and attack, and at the same time cause 50 points of damage per second for 5 seconds. Under the effect of frozen inhibition, you will not be able to use teleportation and flashing skills. Mana consumption. 120. Extreme Cold Field. Ultimate move. Sustained casting. Centered on Crystal Maiden. Summon ice crystals to bombard the enemy, slow them down and cause a lot of damage, and increase their own armor during casting for 10 seconds. Range. 1000 meters in diameter. Damage. 500 points. Time. Mana consumption. 1500. Evaluation. One of the most talented female mages in the human race, a stunning and moving frosty beauty, with a blazing heart under her glamorous appearance, and deadly spells. Mage. This is the most requested hero class for Qin Feng. Good luck. After browsing through Christie's talents and skills, Qin Feng only had one comment. Ridiculously strong. Assistance, area damage, control skills, Christie is proficient in everything, it is simply not too strong. It seems to feel the admiration from Qin Feng's gaze. There was a smile on the corner of Christie's mouth, and a hint of pride appeared in his expression. Ding! Congratulations to the new captain, Qin Feng, who became the first captain to break through to level LV.3. Achievement Reward. Silver Treasure Chest 1. Ding! Congratulations to the new captain, Qin Feng, successfully summoned the hero character. Be the first rookie captain with a hero. Achievement Reward. 50,000 Sea Origin Stones. Perhaps it was because Qin Feng's upgrade operation was too fast that the mechanical sound of the announcement only sent a congratulatory report now. Qin Feng was overjoyed, and he jumped out of the achievement as expected. This wave of upgrades is worth it. Spend 100,000 Sea Origin Stones, and the Endless Sea Achievement Reward will give back 50,000 Sea Origin Stones plus 1 Silver Treasure Chest. Calculated, Qin Feng almost got a wave of upgrades for nothing. When the announcement of the mechanical voice governing the Endless Sea sounded and reached the ears of every rookie captain, Tianzun exploded again. The Sea Beast essence in the trading section of the trading section was sold at a high price of 75,000. Everyone guessed that Qin Feng would use this considerable sum of Sea Origin Stones to upgrade his level. After all, strength is everything. Especially in the weak early stage. Saving money doesn't do anything. But no one would have guessed that if you level up, you can level up. How did you get a hero? On the third day of the rookie period, there is a hero coming. Who is Qin Feng? According to this progress, he is very likely to become the 9th emperor. Back then, Lin Tianan, the emperor who broke the record of the birth of a hero with all his family's strength and his fortune against the sky, is afraid that he will vomit blood after knowing this news. God Qin is mighty. Qin God Beer. Broken sound. Everyone was shocked and awed, and they all felt that they were witnessing the rise of a new emperor. Ding! Congratulations to the new captain, Qin Feng. It took 3 days, 15 hours and 42 minutes to summon the first hero. Break the record for the fastest summoned hero. Achievement reward, 50,000 Sea Origin Stones. Sure enough. God Qin has set a new record. Among the emperors, Lin Tianan, who loves to challenge records the most, can't sit still. Continuing on like this, the other records of the Empress period of the 8 masters will almost be lost. God Qin, do you still need a shoe handler? Qin Gerger, do you need a little girl, the one who can warm the bed? Qin Feng ignored the buzzing chat channel of Tianzun.com. He was refreshed when he heard the announcement from the Endless Sea. Another 50,000 Haiyuan stones have been credited. This time it was not just prostitution, the 100,000 Haiyuan stones were returned to the person tacked, and an extra silver treasure chest was earned. Today, Qin Feng made a fortune. However, it was too late to celebrate, there were more important things waiting for him. Swish. Christy, go on. With a big wave of Qin Feng's hand, a staff shining with wisdom floated towards the beauty Christy who was bowing to him. Snapped. Christy grasped the staff firmly, and her white and slender fingers immediately sensed the continuous mana fluctuations from the crystal on the top of the staff. Ice Crystal Maiden. Christy successfully equipped the weapon, Kanglang staff. That's right, it was the golden equipment dropped by killing the elite manatee. Qin Feng will finally find its use. Christy, follow my orders. With a solemn expression, Qin Feng pointed to the turbulent battlefield and said, save our fellow man and end this battle. Understood, my lord captain. Christy responded respectfully. She made her way to the towering prow of the treasure, and watched as the goblin army flooded towards the elf and draconian gunners. The treasure elf struggled to support the rushing goblins, and those disgusting green-skinned monsters went crazy when they saw the elf's beautiful appearance. They struggled to jump onto the body of the treasure elf, baring their teeth and claws, sticking out their tongues. The sticky and foul-smelling saliva almost dripped on the female elf's white and plump chest. Seeing this scene, Christy was filled with anger. I saw her willow eyebrows furrowed tightly, a burst of ice-blue magic surged in her pupils, and she suddenly raised the Kanglang staff in her hand. Goddess of ice and snow. Give your loyal believers the magic power of Zihan, destroy the evil enemies, and protect the innocent people. Elegant and distant spell chant, as if from the mysterious sky, reverberating throughout Engmar Island. Magic Extreme Cold Domain. Magic Extreme Cold Domain. Instantly. Huge extremely cold ice crystals fell from the sky. It's like a meteorite falling, and it's like a heavy rain pouring down. The sky is full of ice crystals, densely packed, there is nowhere to hide. Thousands of ice crystals smashed down at a high speed, cracked and exploded on the ground. Cause high damage. The coastal battlefield, which was full of tropical rain, turned into white snow in an instant. It's like a world of ice and snow. The extremely cold low temperature made everyone shiver. Yeah. PFF'd. Run away. My god. This woman is so scary. Oh. They're all dead. The screams were endless, and the sharpness and despair filled the entire vast coast. Under the bombardment of ice crystals all over the sky, the 300 army of goblins of the blue-faced clan were instantly annihilated. The goblin, who was still excited and arrogant just now, was either killed directly, or frozen into ice and died slowly. A few goblins who managed to escape the damage range of the extreme cold field were chased and killed one by the water elementals summoned by Christy. Everyone present felt the icy anger from Christy. It also allowed the dwarves to appreciate the terrifying strength of Qin Feng's fleet. Patriarch, is this the reinforcement you invited? It's too strong. The opponent's combat strength has at least reached the boss level. If it weren't for their appearance, we might have been killed by goblins. The people of the dwarves were shocked by the vast and white scene in front of them. They asked their leader Bill Hardbeard one after another, where did they invite this great god? Bill Hardbeard looked more shocked than anyone else. As a small clan hidden in the Novice Sea, how could he hire a lord-level powerhouse? He was also puzzled by the sudden appearance of the other party. Why is he helping us? Bill Hardbeard looked towards the blue sea, and on the exquisite and mysterious big ship stood the beautiful and powerful Frost Beauty. And what Bill looked at was the mysterious young man behind Frost Beauty. His intuition as the leader told him that this man was the most terrifying existence. Goblins are gone. The war of the dwarves against the goblin invasion ended in victory. All the dwarves held their hammers high, waving, cheering, celebrating. Only Bill Hardbeard, the patriarch, was in awe. Unpredictable. Why would the other party help you? Bill was silent. Not long after, he resolutely walked out from the surging crowd of dwarves, stood on the shore where corpses piled up like a mountain, and respectfully saluted Qin Feng on board. Thank you for your help and life-saving grace. I am Bill Hardbeard, the patriarch of the Hardbeard clan. I don't know how to call the benefactor, but the Dashui clan will do its best to repay it. Qin Feng had no expression on his face, and stepped towards the side of the boat, looking down at the entire coast. Christie cooperated and quietly moved a small step behind Qin Feng, guarding his side. Scanning the entire coast, he found that due to Bill Hardbeard's reckless command, the dwarves still lost dozens of brave warriors. For Qin Feng, that is not a warrior, but a rare craftsman. A gleam of regret rose in his heart, and at the same time, a gleam of light flashed in Qin Feng's eyes. These dwarves who died in battle happened to play a role in the next step. Qin Feng ignored Bill Hardbeard's respectful question. Now, he is the strong side. For the strong, there is no need to follow the ideas of others. Qin Feng's silence was exchanged for the collective silence and fear of the dwarves. Even in the face of the bloody battle launched by the goblins, their legs have never trembled or weakened unconsciously like this moment. When Qin Feng glanced over, these heroic dwarves lowered their heads one after another. No one dared to look at Qin Feng. It also includes the leader of the Hardbeard clan, Bill Hardbeard. It seems that the will of the dwarves is not as unchangeable as a rock. Qin Feng sneered. Then call. I, Qin Feng, am here to occupy Angmar Island. Join my subordinates. Or die. You have a minute to make a choice. The cold tone, like the cold wind blowing from the North Pole, made all the dwarves under the boat tremble. As if responding to Qin Feng's words, Christie raised a ball of surging and rolling ice and snow power. The threat was beyond words. Dwarves are not fools. They could hear that between the lines in Qin Feng's words, there was a resolute killing intent. Not much killing intent, but pure. All the dwarves looked to their leader. Beads of sweat rolled down Bill Hardbeard's wrinkled forehead. He's under a lot of pressure. But he only had a minute to hesitate. Qin Feng did what he said. In his vision, these dwarves will be his new force for mining minerals and producing ironware in the future. Rescuing the dwarves from the goblin army this time is to hope that they will be grateful and surrender. However, Qin Feng is not the benevolent generation of women. If the dwarf doesn't surrender, then kill him. It's a big deal that these minerals and equipment will be idle for a while. Later, I met dwarves from other clans, and after surrendering, they were transported here to work. Of course, if the dwarves of the Hardbeard clan are willing to submit, that is naturally the best. Qin Feng can save a lot of effort. The early start of iron production can also bring him more profits. Looking away, Qin Feng could see the shaken look on Bill Hardbeard's face. At this time, you only need to give it a little push, and the matter of subduing the dwarves will be a matter of course. Qin Feng smiled lightly. Those dwarves who died in battle, it's time to make a difference. Qin Feng waved his hand towards those dead dwarf corpses, thinking silently. System. Repair the dwarves of the Hardbeard clan who died in battle. 23 dwarves of the Hardbeard clan to be repaired, resurrected have been detected, and a total of 5,000 points are required to be consumed. Fortunately, they are all ordinary dwarves of the second rank, and the points consumed to revive them are not exaggerated. Qin Feng immediately counted the stored supplies, and he reluctantly handed over some items that were temporarily useless to the system for recycling. There is no way, I will hate less when the points are used up. Let's solve the urgent need first, and this island will bring him far more benefits than these points in the future. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng collected 5,000 points. Confirm repair. Repairing. 23 dwarves, all repaired, resurrected. I saw the brilliance of the resurrection technique blooming from the bodies of these 23 dwarves, and then their souls quickly returned to their bodies from the sky. I just died. This, resurrected. The dwarves who died in the battle got up one after another, looking at the familiar island and relatives in front of them in a daze. Ah, they are resurrected. Dad. Mother. Oh, my dear Lily Hardbeard, how good you are alive. I thought I was going to lose you forever, honey. Tears of shock and gratitude flowed down the faces of all the dwarves. They were completely impressed by Qin Feng who resurrected their loved ones. Bill Hardbeard wiped away the hot tears from the corners of his eyes, his face was full of emotion. The goblins were cruel and greedy, not satisfied with the gems enshrined by the dwarves, but also enslaved all the dwarves to work for them, so the war broke out. After this battle, the goblins of the blue-faced clan are bound to forge blood feuds with the Hardbeard clan. In the future, it is inevitable to encounter the revenge and invasion of goblins again. This young man is imposing, intelligent and courageous, and most importantly, he has a benevolent heart. At the same time, the combat power of the fleet under his command is extraordinary. He is a big man worth relying on and relying on. The current situation is complicated, and the Hardbeard clan has no other choice. Surrender is better than being a goblin coolie. Plop. There was a heavy muffled sound, like a boulder falling to the ground, and everyone looked at it in unison. I saw that the patriarch Bill Hardbeard suddenly knelt on his knees. When Qin Feng saw this, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. The patriarch of the dwarves knelt down, and all the dwarves followed Bill Hardbeard and knelt down. Hardbeard clan, meet the lord of the island. Meet the island owner. The Hardbeard clan pays respects to the island master. As Bill Hardbeard declared his surrender, there were voices of respect on the island of Angmar. Echoed for a long time. Qin Feng smiled in satisfaction and looked down at his subjects. With both kindness and majesty, he successfully subdued the stubborn dwarves. The crew members of Treasure and Kenglin Dragonflame also showed triumphant and joyful smiles. Christie, who was waiting behind Qin Feng, was shocked when she saw the dwarves on the coast who surrendered collectively. The way she looked at Qin Feng also contained a different kind of charm. Witnessing the whole process of Qin Feng's conquest of the dwarves with his own eyes, a feeling of respect and admiration arose spontaneously from the bottom of Christie's heart. Today, as the patriarch of the Hardbeard clan, I swear an oath to Lord Qin Feng on behalf of the whole clan. From now on, the Hardbeard clan will always be loyal to Master Qin Feng. Swear to follow. Bill Hardbeard's high-pitched oath resounded across the shore. Hundreds of dwarven subjects bowed their heads humbly, representing their will to submit. This moment, the cold mechanical sound resounded in the depths of Qin Feng's consciousness. Ding! The original race of Angmar Island has surrendered, please confirm whether to occupy Angmar Island. It took a long time of effort, isn't it just the picture? Qin Feng nodded without hesitation. Occupy now. As soon as the words fell, a layer of dazzling golden light rose from the ground on the entire island, heading straight into the sky. At the same time, a contract was written in the minds of the dwarves of the Hardbeard clan. A spiritual contract, an oath that can never be violated, a testament to absolute loyalty. So far, Qin Feng is the only master of their clan. And the sky above Angmar Island was also faintly marked with the name of the island's new owner, Qin Feng. So far, Qin Feng's plan to occupy Angmar Island was successfully completed. Ding! Congratulations to the new captain, Qin Feng, who has achieved the achievement of being the first captain to occupy an island of a primitive race. Achievement reward. The island is full of resources. Achievement. Island resources are back to full state. Right in Qin Feng's arms. Although the island of Angmar is rich, after years of cultivation by the dwarves, a lot of resources have been consumed. Now get the achievement reward and directly restore the exhausted resources to their original state. This wave of recovered resources is worth at least several million Sea Origin stones. The rookie captains who heard the announcement all burst into tears. Any island with primitive races basically has several high-value resources, and this alone makes them extremely envious. At this time, they didn't know that what Qin Feng occupied was an island with extremely high mineral resources. The value contained in it is more than 10 times that of ordinary islands. Did I hear it wrong? Someone has already occupied the primitive race island. My God! Who is so outrageous? Who else didn't hear what was said in the notice? God Qin. Yeah, besides Qin Shen, I can't think of anyone else who can do such an awesome thing. Occupying the island on the third day of the rookie period, God Qin has already established a firm foothold in the sea. I heard that many strong men did not capture their own islands in half a year. Envy. I don't know how long it will take me to have my own island. Come on, dozens of island lizards have chased you away with their heads in their arms, and they are even trying to occupy the island. It's really comparing people to people, it's so annoying. The strength of Qin Feng, like a brand, is deeply engraved in the hearts of fellow newcomers. Even though he already knew Qin Feng's strength, after hearing that he had occupied the island, he still couldn't help showing admiration for his mighty strength. Compared with previous upgrades, killing elite monsters, etc., occupying the island is even more shocking. Occupying an island is far more difficult than killing elite monsters. Not only do you have to fight fiercely with the Aborigines, but you also need to prevent other unexpected forces from intervening, etc. The battle situation is far more complicated than imagined. Therefore, except for the strong ones at the Emperor level back then, newcomers do not expect to have their own island in the novice stage. It's not that I don't want to, but that I can't do it. Resources recovered. Master Qin Feng is a patron sent by God. It's great, our resources are abundant again. Thank the heavens, thank you Lord Qin Feng. The dwarves who are extremely dependent on mineral resources, after discovering that the precious ore is shining everywhere on Angmar Island, their faces are full of excitement and gratitude. All the dwarven people love and support Qin Feng even more. Thank you, my master. Bill Hardbeard once again bowed to Qin Feng piously. Thank you for saving the lives of loved ones and thank you for bringing life to our homeland. As soon as the low and slightly trembling words fell, Bill's gaze towards Qin Feng suddenly flashed with astonishment. Master Qin Feng, the object in your hand, is. Hearing this, Qin Feng waved the gleaming blue key in his hand, and said calmly. This. Bill's pupils shrank suddenly, he took a breath, and exclaimed. It's it. That's right. It's really it. The key to unlock the remains of the Hardbeard clan. Bill Hardbeard recognized the clan treasure immediately. He looked excited. The flesh on his cheeks couldn't stop shaking. Master Qin Feng's arrival is really God's will. The key that I thought had been lost was actually brought by Mr. Qin Feng himself. Bill was in a very excited mood. Qin Feng could tell from the other party's face that he must know the usefulness of the dwarf key. However, Qin Feng's performance was not in a hurry. Since Angmar Island and the Hardbeard clan belonged to him, sooner or later the treasure behind the key of the dwarves would be his own. Qin Feng did not lose his mind by the mystery and temptation of the treasure. Having just experienced a bloody battle on a large scale, Qin Feng needs to repair and take care of the armament of the fleet. In case of a surprise attack by the follow-up support of the Goblin army. Dwarves, crew, need rest. Ships need repairs. Ammunition and materials need to be replenished. Qin Feng has already made plans for the management of the fleet. The island he took with great difficulty will never give others an opportunity to take advantage of it. Is this key your treasure? Qin Feng asked intentionally. Yes, yes. The key in your hand can open the door to the remains of the Hardbeard clan. Bill's eyes were still shocked, and he continued. It is said that the old things of the ancestors of the clan are preserved in it. Do you need me to take you to the ruins now? After surrendering to Qin Feng and signing the spiritual contract, Bill no longer has any thoughts of jumping around. Now he is more courteous to Qin Feng. Qin Feng chuckled lightly. There is no need to rush this matter. Now take the injured clansmen to rest and heal as soon as possible. Select the dwarves who still have the labor force, and replenish the ammunition resources for the gunpowder room of the Kenglin Dragonflame before dark. Qin Feng knew that the dwarves who were good at forging fortifications would never have less gunpowder utensils. And with the ability of the Hardbeard clan, the ammunition for the ship cannon should start with black iron quality. When killing the elite monster Rage Sea Cow, the black iron quality shells played an important role. The power of high-quality ammunition is still vivid. Therefore, after Qin Feng ruled Angmar Island, all the ammunition of the ship's guns will be replaced with black iron and above quality. The firepower of the Kenglin Longyan ushered in a huge increase. Qin Feng continued to order. Starting tomorrow, arrange several boatmen to assist in repairing the treasure and the Kenglin Longyan. Both ships suffered some minor ranged weapon abrasions, not a major issue. It is expected that the repair work will be done soon and it will reach a safe sailing state. Bill Hardbeard admired Qin Feng even more. Just defeated the Goblin army, and harvested a resource-rich island and dwarves. Instead of being dazzled by the victory, Qin Feng deployed in an orderly manner. Bill discovered that the human beings he chose to submit to were more powerful than he had imagined. After Qin Feng gave the order to Bill Hardbeard, he finally appreciated his gains in this battle. The most important thing is naturally this magical island full of mineral deposits. Island, Angmar. Area, 2,000 square kilometers. Ethnic group, Dwarves, Hard-Beard Clan. Total population, 368 people. Resources: black iron ore, bronze ore, silverstone, wood, fresh water. Evaluation: a jungle-type island with high mineral content, rich and beautiful scenery, suitable for living. 2,000 square kilometers. With such a vast island, it's no wonder that you can't see the edge at a glance from a distance. The ore content in it must also be astonishing. At the same time, it also has lakes and streams that store fresh water. As the base of the fleet in the early stage, it is really impeccable. The total population is 368 people. A trace of doubt arose in Qin Feng's heart, which was immediately resolved. The dwarves who want to fight are not all of their population, and some old people and children are protected in hidden places. This is a pleasant surprise. The population of dwarves is productivity. I thought there were only more than 100 people, but I didn't expect it to actually double. Qin Feng secretly sighed. He was really lucky today. Even God helped Qin Feng get rich. Just when Qin Feng was overjoyed, there was a sudden change on the battlefield where corpses were strewn across the field. The bloody goblins, their frozen corpses turned into dust and dissipated at the same time, condensing white light spots the size of sesame seeds floating in the air out of thin air. Seeing this, Qin Feng showed a joyful smile. He knew that this was the battlefield that was being settled. In the endless sea, once the war reaches a certain scale, due to the huge and frequent deaths, the kill rewards will not be issued immediately. It was only after a short period of time after the war was completely over that all settlements began. Those corpses turned into white light spots or experience light spheres, and if enough experience light spheres are absorbed, the crew and heroes can be upgraded. Hundreds of dense experience light spheres gathered towards the crew under Qin Feng's command. In an instant, whether it was the treasure elf, the dragon gunner, or the first mate and sailor, their bodies all burst into shining light. Crew upgraded. Qin Feng's eyes shone with dazzling brilliance, and he blurted out excitedly. That brilliance is a sign of the upgrade of the crew. After this battle, let's see how much they have improved. Qin Feng clicked on the crew's panel a little excitedly. The attribute panels of the crew members under his command jumped into Qin Feng's sight. Crew, treasure female elf. Occupation, explorer. Grade, 2nd grade. Level, LV.2. Health volume, 300. Magic, 200. Skill. Spirit Shockwave Magic Attack. Damage 50. Mana cost, 30. Treasure Smell. Increase the treasure degree of exploration and acquired materials. Consume 10 points of mana each time. Evaluation. Under the breathtaking appearance, is the excellent fortune of Vanves. Crew, Dragon Gunner. Occupation, Warrior. Grade, 2nd grade. Level, LV.2. Health volume, 500. Magic, 150. Skill. Dragon Scale Armor for 10 minutes, defense power plus 50%, mana consumption 50. Fire Dragon Bloodline, fire resistance plus 20%. Evaluation. Dragon Man, with extremely high blood volume and defensive skills, can also play a great role in fighting against fire-type enemies. Qin Feng saw the changes brought about by the upgrade. That is, almost both blood volume and magic value have been increased by 50%, 100%. Especially the mana value of the Dragon Gunner has even increased by 200%. Of course, the improvement of the crew level brings about an increase in blood volume and mana, but the effect of skills remains unchanged. This is the difference between crew rank and crew rank. The improvement of the rank can bring about the enhancement of attributes and skill effects at the same time, which is stronger than the increase brought by the level. However, it is relatively easier to increase the level than to increase the rank. You only need to participate in enough wars and gain a lot of experience to meet the conditions for upgrading. Leveling up is a process where little adds up. After a few upgrades, the increase in attributes is quite impressive. In some cases, a level difference of about 5 levels can equal a level difference of 1 level. Therefore, rank is also an indicator that should not be underestimated in the evaluation of crew strength. After Qin Feng looked at the panel of the crew, he knew it. At this time, the eyes shifted, and Christie's body with bumps and convexities was also shining with moving brilliance. In this battle, the experience points contributed by the goblins are astonishing, and even the heroes have been upgraded. Qin Feng was a little surprised. Because the experience required to level up the hero character is much more than that required by the crew. Today's goblin army is so powerful, they did not expect to send a gift of experience to Qin Feng. I don't know if the goblin leader will feel remorseful after knowing this fate. Thinking of this, the surprise on Qin Feng's face faded a lot. Christie harvested most of the goblin heads with the big move, Crystal Field, and it is logical that she gained more experience points than the crew. When Christie found out that she had upgraded, a look of pride appeared on her cold face. Her beloved captain, Qin Feng, is also happy for her. In front of Qin Feng, Christie's attitude was different from that of outsiders. She didn't even hide it, and enthusiastically showed her attribute panel to Qin Feng for appreciation. On her snow-white plump breasts, in the delicate and deep gullies, there was a ray of ice-blue magical aura floating out. Accompanied by the quiet body fragrance, this ray of magical aura drifted to Qin Feng's eyes, unfolding into a translucent light curtain. Hero Christie. Identity Crystal Maiden. Occupation Mage. Grade 2nd grade. Talent Arcane Aura. Members of your own fleet. Mana recovery speed plus 3 points per hour. Level LV.2. Health volume 2000. Magic 4500. Skill. Frost Nova explodes a piece of frost, causing damage and slowing effect to enemies within the range. Range 100 meters in diameter. Damage 350. Mana consumption 300. Frozen inhibition manipulate frost to surround an enemy unit, prohibiting its movement and attack, and at the same time cause 50 points of damage per second for 5 seconds. Under the effect of frozen inhibition, you will not be able to use teleportation and flashing skills. Mana consumption 120. Extreme Cold Field Ultimate Move Sustained Casting, centered on Crystal Maiden, summon ice crystals to bombard the enemy, slow them down and cause a lot of damage, and increase their own armor during casting for 10 seconds. Range 1000 meters in diameter. Damage 500 points. Time, mana consumption 1500. Evaluation. One of the most talented female mages in the human race, a stunning and moving frosty beauty, with a blazing heart under her glamorous appearance, and deadly spells. Qin Feng was shocked. Christie's HP surged by 1000 points, and her mana increased by 1500 points. In the early stage of the Novice Sea, Christie's 2000 blood volume was very scary. Rather than saying that she is an excellent female mage, it would be more accurate to say that she is a female human shield with high magic damage. It is no exaggeration to say that with 2000 blood points, it is even comparable to the tank-type elite monsters in the early stage. The dwarves looked up at the upgraded ice and snow beauty Christie, and all of them exclaimed. The dwarves who witnessed her instantly killing the goblin army, and even how terrifying this beautiful female mage is. Now that it has even been upgraded, it is even more invincible. A strength like Christie, placed in the wild or in a secret realm, is a pure boss template. And when she joins Qin Feng's command, she becomes a hero. Boss-level heroes. Christie glanced haughtily at the dazed dwarves and ignored them. She only smiled happily at Qin Feng, who was looking at him with relief and approval. Cheeks are reddish. Which man can guess the mind of a beauty? Especially with such a stunning beauty who overwhelms the country. This day, the next time. The dwarves and the crew carried a large amount of black iron ammunition to the ship according to Qin Feng's instructions. Then go ashore to recuperate. In addition to the sailors on duty, the cook on board also set foot on the coast of Angmar. The dwarves quickly cleaned up the residence of Qin Feng and the crew, a spacious, simple cave full of crystal decorations. Dwarves live in caves and underground buildings. In order to celebrate today's great victory and the arrival of a wise master on Angmar Island, the dwarves set up a sumptuous dinner and enjoyed it to their heart's content. Qin Feng was not stingy either, and shared the last piece of sea monster tenderloin on the boat with the dwarves. Everyone chatted happily with wine and opened their stomachs to gluttony. The tiredness and sadness of the day were swept away. It was late at night, and although this was the first time Qin Feng and his crew lived in a cave, the bed was very comfortable. After a tiring day, the treasure elves fell asleep. And when Qin Feng pushed open the door of his bedroom in the cave, he found that Christie had been following him closely. Oh, Christie, your room is next door. Qin Feng pointed to a door 3 meters away, which was a separate bedroom for Christie. Christie nodded slightly, her beautiful eyes looked forward, and she murmured. Master Qin Feng, I am willing to protect your safety at all times. Even when you're in bed, I'm not far from you. Qin Feng's eyes revealed surprise and relief. As the hero he personally summoned, Christie's loyalty far exceeded Qin Feng's expectations. Understood, do you know how to warm a bed? Qin Feng smiled charmingly. Warm the bed. Christie's clear and beautiful cheeks revealed a look of astonishment and shyness. She quickly realized the deep meaning hidden in Qin Feng's words, a blush could not help but appear on her face. It is rare to see the usually cold and arrogant crystal maiden showing such a shy side. Her inner emotions changed from initial surprise to slight resistance, and then because of Qin Feng, it quickly turned into shyness and embarrassment. Although such a request is very reckless and disrespectful to the noble Christie. However, the person who made the request was Qin Feng, this handsome man, and she was surprised that she was willing to obey. Christie shyly covered the white peaks on her chest, and nodded slightly. Warm the bed, I can learn. Qin Feng saw Christie's shy look of wanting to refuse and welcome, and sighed in his heart that there is such a beauty in the world. Suddenly, his eyes were fixed, and his tone changed from ambiguous to harsh. Warming the bed. I'm afraid you won't be able to learn it. After all, you have a chilly air all over your body. The dwarf cave has its own dwarf guards, it is very safe, you can also go back to your room and rest, you don't have to work hard to guard my door. Go. After finishing speaking, Qin closed the door swiftly. Christie was left behind, her beautiful eyes widened in astonishment, at a loss. Pity. Qin Feng lay down on the comfortable soft bed, muttering to himself. Who doesn't want to have a good time with a beauty by the side? But he is still in the initial stage of stepping into the endless sea, and there are still many things waiting for him. The most taboo thing for the captain at this stage is to be immoral, to waste his energy and reason in the romance. How many rookie captains who have potential and are favored by others have stepped into a situation where there is no end to redemption because of their romance? Qin Feng is very aware of this point, he just resisted the impulse to restrain his desire. After all, with a stunner like Christie in front of him, how could he not react? It's just that his rationality and control are stronger than ordinary people, suppressing the restless flames in his heart. Judging from Christie's loyalty and her performance just now. This peerless beauty belongs to me, Qin Feng, after all, so why worry? Thinking of this, Qin Feng's mood completely calmed down. When the foundation is solid, let Christie be the first to serve the bed. Forget it, let her rest more now, in the future. I will keep her awake at night, Qin Feng has the capital of self-confidence, because he has been exercising since he was a child, and his body is extremely strong. At the same time, the sound of high heels outside Qin Feng's house gradually faded away. Christie did not dare to disobey the captain Qin Feng's order, and she returned to her bedroom unwillingly. In the night sky above the sea, the stars move. A quiet night passed. The orange sun poked its head out from the eastern horizon. It's the 4th day. After a deep sleep, Qin Feng felt refreshed and light all over his body. He got up early and finished washing. There are still 3 days left before the newbie's secret practice. I don't know if with the strength of my current fleet, I can guarantee to win that golden treasure chest reward. It is an undisputed fact that Qin Feng's fleet is at the top of the rookies. But what he is most worried about now is that the children of those families and aristocratic families, as well as individual groups, will target him in a joint attack. Singled out, 1 against 3, or even 1 against 10, Qin Feng is sure to win. But if there are hundreds or thousands of opponents, it is another situation. The so-called shooting the first bird, with Qin Feng's reputation now in the sky, it is inevitable that the newcomers will join forces to attack him. He must become stronger, so strong that even if there are tens of thousands of enemies, he will not be afraid. Crisis is motivation. This is also one of the roots of Qin Feng's self-discipline. Let's go and see the ruins of the dwarves first. I don't know what treasures are hidden inside. Perhaps the growth of many fleets has helped. Qin Feng pushed open the door, intending to find Bill Hardbeard. But was surprised to find that Christie was already quietly waiting outside the door. Christie, you. After the conversation last night that was no different from molesting, Qin Feng was still somewhat embarrassed. Christie's moving eyes also flashed an indescribable shyness and tenderness. Master Qin Feng, good morning. Gentle and sweet greetings. It made Qin Feng's heart feel as warm as melting ice and snow. Qin Feng looked over. Seeing Christie's eyes bent into crescents, she was smiling sweetly. It turned out that after thinking about it all night, plus hearing Qin Feng's worries outside the house just now, Christie completely understood why Captain Qin Feng left him out of the door last night. It's not that Master Qin Feng doesn't like me, but that he has great ambitions, and he has important things to not be distracted right now. Christie whispered in her heart. Seeing that Christie was in good condition, Qin Feng didn't think much about it. Let's go, come with me to see the remains of the Hardbeard clan. Okay. Qin Feng led Christie to join Bill Hardbeard. Follow Bill over hills and mountains through lush tropical jungles, but mostly upstream along streams. Not long after, they came to a remote cave. One of the streams on Angmar flowed from this hole. But the entrance of the cave is not a transparent cave road. Two 5-meter-high bronze gates firmly lock the entrance of the cave. The clear stream flows out of the tiny cracks in the bronze gate. Master Qin Feng, the remains of our Hardbeard clan are behind these two doors. Bill Hardbeard pointed to the cave. He was finally going to see the relics of his clan, and he couldn't help but look a little excited. The quaint and huge gate has green patina modeled all over it. These two bronze doors perfectly interpret the years and vicissitudes. They stand here, guarding the Hardbeard ruins for an unknown number of years. The history of the ruins is unknown even to Patriarch Bill. All he knew was the location of the ruins. This is a rare and precious information that has been passed down through the baptism of time. Bronze door, open. Qin Feng opened his palm, and the dwarf key in his palm floated straight past as if summoned by the bronze door. The bronze key was precisely inserted into the hole on the door, and it fit perfectly. Boom. Rumbling. It seemed that the muscles and bones that had not been moved for a long time suddenly moved, making the sound of stiff bones rubbing against each other. The bronze door moved and opened between the mountains, and there was a loud rumbling sound. Low and dignified. This is the relic. In the endless sea, ruins are different from secret places. The ruins belong to the exploration area, and there are often no monsters. As long as you enter it, you can get the props or treasure boxes hidden in it. Whoever explores the ruins first, the items in the ruins belong to that player. The relic of the Hardbeard clan was opened by the key in Qin Feng's hand, and this relic naturally belonged to Qin Feng. Crash la la la. After the bronze door was fully opened, countless small streams of water squeezed out of the gap naturally merged into a huge stream. Qin Feng took the lead in wading through the clear stream and walked into the cave. Christie and Bill followed closely behind. When the ruins sensed that someone had entered, and when it was confirmed that the visitor was the one who opened the ruins, the dark cave instantly lit up. The orange fire that lit up from nowhere allowed everyone to clearly see the contents of the cave. Bronze utensils, silver materials. My God, there is such a large volume. Bill Hardbeard looked around all the way. He was amazed by the ores and props that were placed around in the cave. What shocked him the most was a huge cave lake in the center of the cave. A large rusty iron boat floated quietly on the lake. Qin Feng's eyes also fell on the iron boat. Bill, looking at the craftsmanship of this ship, it seems to be the masterpiece of your Hardbeard clan. Do you recognize it? The shipbuilding process is indeed in the same line as our forging process, but I don't recognize it at all. Wait. Could it be that this is the boat that ancestor Hardbeard took when he first arrived on Angmar Island? Bill Hardbeard's mind was thinking about something very fast, his eyes were full of horror. If it is as he guessed, then the ship has been built for a very long time. And its history is also remarkable. At this time, in Bill Hardbeard's mind, a name that was deep in his memory emerged, the Iron Roar. It's the ancient ship of our ancestors, the Iron Roar. The flesh on Bill's face trembled slightly. Qin Feng squinted his eyes and carefully looked at the fine Iron Roar. Since it is the treasure ship of the ancestors of the dwarves, it naturally has its unique features. Anyway, The items in the entire ruins belonged to Qin Feng, and he had the authority to view the panel of the iron ship. Ship name: Iron Roar Broken. Level: LV.2. Quality: Best. Halo: Diligent Chant. The production efficiency of the people of the Hardbeard clan increased by 30%. Skill: Steam Acceleration. The machine is like injecting a stimulant, emitting majestic steam, which increases the production efficiency of the designated island by 100%. Lasts for 1 day. Cooldown time: 3 days. Crew: none. Weapon: none. Industrial production ships. Both auras and skills are made for production, and the effect is also very good. Unfortunately, it is no longer usable due to its age and damage caused when it landed on Luangma Island. Judging from the degree of damage of the fine iron roar, it is no different from scrap iron. Bill felt a little emotional and sad, and sighed. Sigh, unfortunately, the ship with the most origin of our clan has been abolished. It used to be the pride of Clan Hardbeard. Destroyed. Qin Feng stared at the Jingti roar, his eyes full of appreciation. Isn't this ship an acceleration factory? If those unconscionable capitalists find out, why don't they fight for their heads? Although it has been severely damaged, it cannot even be restored to the extent of normal use. If others can't fix it, can't Qin Feng also fix it? Looking at the few remaining points in the system of turning waste into treasure, Qin Feng turned around and asked. Christy, how was the confiscation of the loot yesterday? Christy, how was the confiscation of the loot yesterday? Qin Feng revived 23 dwarves yesterday, consuming all of his point balance. At this time, repairing the fine iron roar requires points again. What is different from before is that Qin Feng's current fleet has great demand for sea source stones and points. It is not worthwhile to recycle some high-value items, such as the ore from Angmar Island, to the system to exchange for points. But the loot obtained from the battlefield clearing has become the most suitable thing to exchange for points. Qin Feng roughly inspected the items dropped by the goblins, and they were almost all junk weapons and equipment on the blank board. This kind of rubbish props can't be sold at a good price on the trading section of Tianzun.com. In this case, instead of selling the junk loot as pitifully rare sea source stones, it would be more cost-effective to hand them over to the system in exchange for points. Qin Feng had already figured out this account. Reporting to Captain, there are a total of 781 pieces of whiteboard weapons and equipment dropped by goblins. The rest are not bright. Christy kept the results of the collection statistics in her heart accurately. Not only is she beautiful and powerful, but she also does what Qin Feng ordered meticulously. This made Qin Feng appreciate and recognize her even more. When he heard that the weapons and equipment carried by the goblins were of the most rubbish whiteboard quality, Qin Feng couldn't help but lament how poor these little greenskins were. Are you reluctant to use even a piece of black iron quality equipment? Although the quality of the props is hip, the advantage lies in the large number. As the saying goes, quality is not enough, quantity comes together. Qin Feng returned all 781 pieces of weapons and equipment confiscated by Christie to the system. Recover 519 whiteboard weapons, get 3,318 system points. Recover 262 pieces of whiteboard equipment, get 1,004 system points. Not so good. A total of 4,322 points were exchanged. I don't know if these points are enough to repair the fine iron roar. System, repair the iron roar. Qin Feng recited silently in his heart. Intuition told him that the current points should not be enough to completely repair the severely damaged ship. Damage of the ship is detected, and 12,000 points are required to perfectly repair the roar of fine iron. Hint: your points are far from perfect repair. Sure enough, more than 10,000 points are needed. Now Qin Feng's demand for sea source stone is also huge, and it is absolutely impossible to exchange or raw materials for points at this time. There was a gleam of light in Qin Feng's eyes. By the way, since the perfect repair is not enough, it is not a perfect repair. System, what is the minimum score for the aura and skills of the iron roar to take effect? Qin Feng smiled slightly. That's right, all he needs right now are the efficiency-enhancing aura and abilities of the iron roar, not the ship itself. That being the case, there is no need for him to rush to restore the ship to its original state. Do the most effective thing with the least points. Evaluation completed according to your requirements. To repair the aura and skills of the fine iron roar, the required points are 4,000 points. Perfect. Qin Feng smiled brightly, and that's it for this matter. Repair. Imperfect repairing. Finished. Current repair rate of the fine iron roar, 42.77%. In the blink of an eye on the fine iron roar, many of the huge damages were recovered a lot, and even a few pieces of rust were separated by themselves. In short, it seems that it has indeed been repaired to a certain extent. Qin Feng knew that the current fine iron roar could not set sail yet. It doesn't matter, as long as the halo and skills can be used. This is. Bill made a puzzled sound. Qin Feng looked over. On the status bar of Bill Hardbeard, in addition to the buff of the arcane aura, there is also an icon with a strong industrial atmosphere. Diligent chant. The production efficiency of the people of the Hardbeard clan is increased by 30%. The most suitable halo for your people has taken effect. Qin Feng explained lightly. Regardless of Bill's astonished expression, he immediately turned and walked out of the ruins. Now that the Iron Roar's auras and abilities are available, don't waste any more time. Back at the base, immediately arrange for the dwarves to work. An inch of time is an inch of gold. In the early stage of Voyage, the output of weapons and equipment is low. The sooner anyone can produce weapons and equipment, the higher the profit can be obtained. According to the information on the trading section of Tianzun.com, no one is currently selling such items. Obviously, Qin Feng will be the first to eat crabs. Opportunity is at hand. Qin Feng must win the huge bonus of this first wave of arms business. As long as the dwarves' productivity is efficient enough, Qin Feng can even monopolize this business for a long time. What a huge profit-making channel that would be. Thinking about it, Qin Feng felt his blood boil, and he became excited involuntarily. Bill Hardbeard, arrange for your people to move all the things in the ruins, except for the Iron Roar, to the production factory in the base area. Qin Feng was referring, of course, to the mineral materials and utensils piled up in every corner. Move to the production factory for what? The dwarf patriarch Bill looked at his master suspiciously. What are you doing? Qin Feng stopped for a while and said relaxedly. Of course it is used as raw materials for the production of arms and weapons. After speaking, he motioned for Christie to follow him, and together they strode towards the exit of the ruins. After harvesting the fine iron roar, the number of ships under Qin Feng's command has reached 3. This is extremely rare in the novice stage. Among the more than 1 billion novices who sail each time, there are very few people who control 2 ships. Those who can enter the novice secret realm with 3 fleets are the T0 level among the strong. So far, only the 8 great human sovereigns and the guardians of the zodiac palaces can do it. Qin Feng reached this level on the 4th day. There are still 3 days left. I wonder if he can break the limit of the emperor in the novice stage. After Qin Feng explored the ruins and returned to the dwarven base, he directly issued production orders. There are more than 300 dwarves in the population, but there are less than 100 dwarves who are capable of digging, mining, and forging. The old, the weak, the sick, the disabled and children are not suitable for high-intensity work. Qin Feng is not a capitalist without humanity, and basic humanistic care is still necessary. 100 productivity is already impressive. Other rookie captains don't even have islands, let alone the productivity of 100 people. For them, there is only hope beyond reach. The dwarves picked up their hoes and baskets, and heated up the forging boiler, and the forging line of 100 people came alive in the blink of an eye. As expected of a race full of craft talent, the dwarves are very skilled at work. In this way, the dwarf factory on Angmar Island began to operate in full swing. The incomparably hot molten iron in the boiler reflected the faces of all the dwarf craftsmen red. They swung their hammers like flying, sparks shot out, and they made a deafening knocking sound. Under the blessing of the halo of hard work, the hard-bearded dwarves clearly felt that their forging movements were a little faster than usual. What an unpretentious, yet extremely practical halo effect. Qin Feng's foresight was indeed correct. There was a reason why the ancestors of the Hardbeard clan chose to set foot on this island on the Jing Iron Roar. It didn't take long for the first batch of 100 black iron knives to be cast. This efficiency is simply amazing. 100 weapons could only fit in several baskets, and they were just placed in front of Qin Feng's eyes. What is this concept? Other newcomers spend 7 days of novice period, mow enough energy to farm monsters and open treasure chests, maybe barely able to reveal a piece of black iron quality equipment. Due to the low level of materials in the sea area, a considerable number of rookie captains can only spend the novice period with whiteboard equipment. However, Qin Feng forged 100 black iron weapons in just a few hours. Once these weapons are put into circulation on the internet, they will inevitably cause an uproar in public opinion again. What's even more incredible is that these 100 black iron weapons are just Qin Feng's experiments. The steam acceleration skill is not enabled yet. In order to ensure the quality of the weapons and the excellence of the workmanship, Qin Feng decided to let the dwarves make these 100 test items first. If the pass rate is higher than 90%, it will start to be sold online. After all, in business, word of mouth is the biggest guarantee of sales. There is no shortage of mineral resources, such as the huge Angmar Island, and Qin Feng. In terms of productivity, there are about 100 dwarf craftsmen, and there is no shortage of Qin Feng. Sales time, there are still 3 days before going to the newcomer secret realm to practice, and Qin Feng is not lacking. Therefore, as long as the quality of the product is guaranteed and the reputation is preserved, Qin Feng will not worry about not making a lot of money in these 3 days. Moreover, the current stage is exactly the lack of equipment for new captains. Black iron quality equipment is full of irresistible temptations for these billions of newcomers. As long as the quality passes the standard, Qin Feng is not worried that no one will buy it. Armor-piercing steel knife, the ultimate in black iron weapons, a craft inherited from the Hardbeard clan. Sharp and tough, with a 30% chance of breaking defense. Qin Feng took a look at the weapons in front of him, and looked at the dwarf craftsmen on the scene with admiration. Produced by dwarves, it must be a boutique. Oh no, it must be the best. This shot is the ultimate weapon. It has a 30% chance of breaking the defense, which is an extremely fierce effect. The black iron steel knife is simply the nemesis of those steel monsters. One of the most desired weapon effects for beginners. The quality control is beyond my expectation, and the pass rate is close to 100%. Qin Feng announced loudly in surprise and satisfaction. This batch of experimental products can even be sold directly on consignment. After witnessing the craftsmanship of the dwarves with his own eyes, Qin Feng really appreciated the power of the dwarf forging technique. Extremely high forging talent, hardworking nature, and stable quality control. This is a quality that other races cannot match. Oh, great! It is our honor to be approved by Mr. Qin Feng. It seems that our craftsmanship will be famous all over the world. When the dwarf artisans of the Hardbeard clan heard Qin Feng's approval, they all jumped up and cheered. With a smile on his face, Qin Feng put the first batch of 100 all-qualified armor-piercing steel knives on the trading section of Tianzun.com. Armor-piercing steel knife, black iron quality, effect introduction, probability of breaking defense. Quantity: 100 pieces. Unit price: 1000 sea source stones. After entering the product information one by one, Qin Feng hesitated. He added a note in the postscript. This is the first batch of weapons, and there will still be excellent equipment for sale in the future. The price is uniform, please do not chat privately. This sentence is to announce to everyone that the second and third batches of equipment will be put on the internet soon. It is Qin Feng's advertisement for his follow-up products. The second half of the sentence was deliberately written by Qin Feng in order to stabilize and unify the price. The purpose is to tell everyone that I, Qin Feng, sell things without bargaining. In this way, people who are willing to buy his products will not hesitate or worry about gains and losses because they are worried that they will buy high-priced products. Tell you directly, don't worry, buy it now, you won't suffer a loss if you buy it, and you won't be fooled if you buy it. It also saves Qin Feng the effort of haggling with so many newcomers and wasting time. Putting black iron equipment on the internet and selling it in batches will definitely cause an explosion effect. If more than 1 billion newcomers come to ask the price, Qin Feng's chat channel will collapse immediately, right? What's more, Qin Feng is still the most popular figure in the newcomer section, and the products he puts will definitely attract everyone's attention at the first time. Just the second after Qin Feng sent the product information, something magical happened. Congratulations! You have sold one piece of the consigned product, armor-breaking steel knife, and received 1,000 Haiyuan stones as payment. Congratulations! You have sold 15 pieces of the consigned product, armor-breaking steel knife, and received a payment of 15,000 Haiyuan stones. Congratulations! You have sold 3 pieces of the consigned item, armor-breaking steel knife, and received a payment of 3,000 Haiyuan stones. Congratulations! You have sold 28 pieces of the consigned product, armor-breaking steel knife, and received a payment of 28,000 Haiyuan stones. One after another, the prompt messages about the success of the sale jumped like crazy. Qin Feng immediately looked at the inventory of his consigned goods. Of the 100 armor-piercing steel knives that were consigned just now, within a second, there were only 11 pieces left. In 1 second, the income was close to 90,000 Sea Origin stones. This is not called getting rich. What is getting rich? All dwarf craftsmen immediately returned to their posts and continued to build. Qin Feng's face showed excitement and excitement. Time is money. He quickly called all the dwarf craftsmen to roll up their sleeves and forge with all their strength. The sales of arms and weapons have completely exceeded Qin Feng's expectations. While he was pleasantly surprised, he smelled a strong smell of money. The newcomer trading section exploded. I heard that the captains of the family forces rushed to buy a batch of black iron weapons immediately. Fortunately, I was quick and bought one quietly. It's really easy to use. What? Someone is selling black iron weapons. Is it too late for me to go now? It was sold out within 3 seconds. With your reaction speed, you can't keep up with the hot food. You still want to grab a weapon. Beep. The rookie captain Li Mumu was reported for insulting players, and now he will be banned for 12 hours. Closing square bracket. Silence punishment, although late but arrived. Ha 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 ha, you were actually banned, you deserve it. By the way, is it God Qin who used the black iron weapon? That's right, God Qin is so unbelievable that I don't even think I'm worthy of carrying his shoes. My brain is burnt out, and I can't figure out how God Qin found so many weapons of black iron quality. Not only that, according to God Qin's will, there will be more black iron equipment in the future. In any case, God Qin has benefited our newcomers. That's right, with the black iron quality, the difficulty of spawning monsters in the early stage has been directly doubled. Well, thank you Qin Gurgur. The posts and chat channels in the newcomer area are boiling. Armor-piercing steel knives were simply rare artifacts in the early stage. Its special effects crush 90% of the black iron equipment in the novice sea area. Being able to make one is already a blessing in life, and it should be regarded as a treasure. But Qin Feng directly sold 100 of them and put them up for sale online. And the price is very affordable. Is 1,000 sea source stones much? In the early stage of a novice, it is too much. But compared to the best black iron weapons, this price is simply too conscientious. Every rookie captain would rather empty his wallet to pursue such an artifact. Whether it is equipped by the new captain himself, or delegated to the crew to equip. It will be of great help to the fleet's follow-up monster hunting expeditions. If the wallet is rich enough, and the captain and crew are equipped with such a hand, then the combat power of the entire fleet will be directly upgraded to a higher level. Everyone can break armor. What a refreshing scene. It is a steel plate monster that cannot be conquered by exhausting all the strength and mana on weekdays. Now as long as the armor break is triggered, it is cutting melons and vegetables. No matter how high your defense is, you are still afraid of my armor-piercing steel knife. Everyone is very knowledgeable, so Qin Feng's 100 weapons sold out in 3 seconds. It can be said to be the best-selling bulk commodity in the history of navigation. The captains who grabbed Qin Feng's goods were all complacent and excited. If you miss it one step too late, you will be sad and regretful. One person's blood book, begging God Qin to use another wave of armor-piercing steel sword. Yeah, I beg Qin God to benefit the public, and bring another batch of weapons. I agree, I just missed it by 0.01 seconds, it's too difficult. I beg God Qin to be merciful and sell more armor-piercing steel knives. The posts in the newcomer section of Tianzun.com were all refreshed in an instant to request Qin Feng to add armor-piercing steel knives for sale. The phrase, I beg God Qin, swiped the entire newcomer section. Qin Feng briefly glanced at the posts in the newcomer area, and after understanding the huge demand in the market, he was very satisfied. He will also mass-produce armor-piercing steel knives. Because black iron resources are on the island of Angmar, they belong to the lowest grade of mineral materials, and the amount is huge. He will take advantage of the big gap in everyone's demand for black iron equipment during the novice period, and convert black iron into wealth as soon as possible. After the captain level is generally raised to level 5, the fleet, crew attributes and skill quality will be improved. Equipment of black iron quality will show a trend of a cliff-like decline in demand. This is not a bad thing for Qin Feng. Because at that time, everyone would generally update their equipment. Qin Feng plans to aim at that period, launch bronze quality weapons and equipment, and have a new wave of wealth harvesting. I hope that the rookie captains will get more armor-piercing steel knives to speed up the spawning of more sea origin stones. In this way, my subsequent business will have higher profits. Qin Feng's thinking is very clear. Using top-quality equipment and weapons to increase the strength of the newcomers of the same class will not threaten his status. On the contrary, newcomers can spawn monsters more and faster, so as to obtain more sea origin stones. And these sea source stones will gather in Qin Feng's hands in the near future. Qin Feng smiled slyly, and said silently in his heart. Steam Iron Roar, Steam Acceleration Skill, activate. Steam acceleration starts. The production efficiency of Angmar Island has increased by 100%. Lasts 1 day. Ho ho. Jingle. Jingle. The moment the skill was activated, the speed of the Dwarven production line's assembly line doubled visibly to the naked eye. The hammer that the dwarf craftsman wields at a high speed is full of phantoms. At the current speed, you will be able to sell a batch of armor-piercing steel knives in 1 hour, Mr. Qin Feng. Bill Hardbeard watched in amazement as his compatriots worked quickly. He had never seen them with such efficient skills. According to his experience as the patriarch of the dwarves, 100 knives can be produced within an hour. Very good. Qin Feng had a smile on his face, extremely satisfied. At this moment, a Dragonman gunner in charge of sentry rushed into the factory. Ship, Captain. What's up? Seeing his flustered look, Qin Feng thought that something must have happened at sea. Captain, we have observed goblin warships wandering nearby. Goblin. Yes, and it's still a goblin of the blue-faced family. Bill Hardbeard with me, let's go see. The endless sea, blue and vast. The sea breeze is blowing, and the sea is sparkling. The sea area where Angmar Island is located is a place with a mild climate. Hurricanes and big waves are rare. It is a very suitable place to take root. At this moment, Qin Feng and Bill Hardshoe were standing on the observation deck of the Kenglin Dragon Flame, looking at the distant sea with binoculars. Just now, we spotted the first goblin warship near the northern sea level. The dragon man who reported the military situation pointed to the north and explained in detail. But so far, it seems that the other party has not discovered the island where we are. Through the binoculars, Qin Feng clearly saw a warship full of goblins wandering on the horizon. According to the crew's observations, the warship had no intention of approaching Angmar Island at all. Looks like just aimless patrol or exploration. Qin Feng put away the binoculars and pondered. It is reasonable to think about it, because all the goblins who participated in the invasion of Angmar Island at that time were wiped out. Therefore, in the goblin base camp, there is no one familiar with the exact location of Angmar Island. Even so, the discovery of the goblin warship in the nearby waters still sounded the alarm in Qin Feng's heart. The opponent's purpose was obviously aimed at Angmar Island. However, they are temporarily lost in the sea. In a few days, the location of Angmar Island will be discovered by them sooner or later. Qin Feng thought that the goblin leader who had been wiped out on the battlefield was already their biggest leader. Generally speaking, after the local leader of the wild race is wiped out, the race will disperse and disintegrate. Or after a long time, a boss is born again. Only then will their groups take shape again. Take the currently hostile blue-faced goblins as an example. If the boss of the green-faced goblins in the Novice Sea territory is killed, then the green-faced family goblin forces in the Novice Sea territory will be disbanded in the near future. But this does not affect the continuation of the blue-faced goblins who have taken root in other sea areas. Different bases have different leaders. The leaders of other base areas, even after receiving news of the fall of similar leaders, may launch revenge actions. Although the area of the Shinran Sea is huge, it is not enough for the ethnic groups to have two bases. So after Qin Feng saw this goblin warship, he believed that there was a leader of a higher level in the goblin base. Otherwise, how could there be warships sailing here deliberately? Obviously there are instructions from the high-ranking leader. Bill, how much do you know about this blue-faced goblin? Qin Feng turned back and asked. Regarding the details of goblins, no one in this sea area knows better than Bill Hardbeard. Rooted here for many years, and had a relationship with the other party. Bill Hardbeard must have inquired more or less about the goblins of the blue-faced tribe. The Qingface family is a famous force in the Endless Sea. The goblin we are facing is a branch of them that has been lurking in the Novice Sea, but they have been very peaceful for many years. Just like ordinary mobs, they almost never take the initiative to go to sea. Bill Hardbeard recalled. But I don't know when it started, they suddenly started to be restless, and their aggressiveness increased significantly. From a passive-aggressive monster to an active-aggressive monster. When Qin Feng heard this, a strange look appeared in his eyes. Since then, they have gradually invaded the surrounding ethnic groups. Yes, Master Qin Feng. Bill nodded. It's just that starting this year, their aggressiveness has escalated again. The nature of racial monsters has changed, which is a very unusual thing. Moreover, the high-level consciousness of aggression has also been awakened. Because low-level monsters often only know how to guard territories, and will not take the initiative to invade other races' territories. Behind the blue-faced family, something unknown must have happened. Qin Feng thought to himself that launching an invasion would consume a lot of manpower and materials. Judging from the harvest on the battlefield, the equipment of the green-faced goblins is the most rubbish blank board, obviously their own supplies are very scarce. But there are a large number of ships and soldiers, which seems very contradictory. Qin Feng guessed that there must be someone powerful to support this group of goblins. But for unknown reasons, only ships and consumable supplies for long-distance voyages were provided. As for the equipment, it was up to the goblins to prepare it themselves. It seems that the forces behind it just use the green-faced goblins as tools to let them carry out sabotage activities in this sea area. As for whether the sabotage was guaranteed to be successful, those people didn't care. All they need is chaos. Qin Feng muttered to himself. Master Qin Feng, what did you say? Bill heard Qin Feng's murmur, but didn't quite understand it. Qin Feng said. It's nothing. By the way, do you know that there are any other forces behind these goblins? What kind of power? I didn't pay attention to this. It's just. Bill touched his hard beard and continued. A few years ago, the spies once said that he saw a guy with an undead, who used to connect with goblins. Undead. Qin Feng was a little surprised to find that a new race was involved in this matter. This matter is not as simple as it seems on the surface. Interesting. Qin Feng smiled meaningfully. At this time, the crew members who were still on guard shouted. Captain, we found a human fleet passing by in the north. Qin Feng followed the sound and saw a steam ship of a small size passing the sea level at high speed. From the looks of it, it was a passing rookie captain. Boom. Boom. On the goblin warship that was also on the horizon, several blinding flames erupted, and several wisps of black smoke rose. With the burst of flames, 4 huge shells visible to the naked eye soared into the air, flying across the air at high speed. Boom. Crackle. One of the shells hit the Terran ship. I saw black smoke billowing from the engine of the steamboat, and the next second the hull exploded. Fragments and stumps flew across, and the whole ship suddenly turned into a raging flame, spreading across the endless sea. Qin Feng was surprised. Goblins launched a deadly bombardment on passing humans. At the same time, Tianzun, comms chat channel for newcomers has exploded. Li Shang's fleet was destroyed just now. I heard that there is a message asking for help before he died in the forum area. It is said that a goblin warship launched a surprise attack. Goblin. How can such a low-level monster be so fierce? Be careful when you encounter goblins in the future. It is said that some captains have assembled for future safety and are ready to seek revenge from the goblins. I'll join too. You goblin, you don't even look down on humans, I can't bear it. Seconded. Where to gather? According to Li Shang's last words, the final location is the Angmar Sea region. Rush. When the news that newcomer Li Shang was injured in a goblin raid came, the chat channel was filled with anger and consternation. Everyone began to gather in groups of 3 or 4 to the coordinates of Li Shang's death. They want to pay the blood debt to the goblin face to face. Qin Feng roughly browsed the chat channel information, as well as the posts in the newcomer area. He saw that there were 2 reasons why everyone was so angry and assembled. 1. I feel unwilling and angry that my companion was killed in a surprise attack by goblins, and I want to justify the status of human beings. 2nd, shocked by the aggressiveness of the goblins, for the sake of their own safety in the endless sea, they joined forces to eliminate this terrible race. Most people's emotions are initially changed from the first point to the second point. After sorting out these things clearly, Qin Feng raised a smile at the corner of his mouth. Zhengzhou how to eliminate the blue-faced goblins, it will be easier now. Bill Hardbeard didn't know the location of the goblins' base. It is said that the base has been moved 3 times. So Qin Feng felt a little headache before. If he didn't know the opponent's base area, then he couldn't solve the trouble caused by the blue-faced goblin from the root. But now, since a large number of novice captains have gathered, let's use these passionate young people to help find the way. After Qin Feng made up his mind, he left the watchtower. Go to the deck of the treasure next door. When the treasure elves saw the respected captain boarding the ship, they all bowed and saluted. Pairs of beautiful and moving eyes cast a look of admiration and support. And the crystal maiden, Christie's, also came slowly from behind the female elf, and said softly, Captain, do you have any orders? Seeing Christie's face, Qin Feng was pleasing to the eye and felt much better for a while. He paused, and said to Christie, Are there any other ships approaching Angmar Island today? Did you deal with it in the way I said? Reporting to Captain, so far no other forces have approached us. Christie answered Qin Feng's question seriously, and added, Please don't worry, if there is a suspicious ship, I will use the water element to lure the other party far away. You are so smart, of course I am relieved. Qin Feng patted her shoulder lightly with a warm smile. Christie was taken aback for a moment, a feeling of warmth rose in her heart, and her eyes flickered. Seeing this scene, the female elves on the side all showed expressions of envy and jealousy. Captain Qin Feng has never praised us so much. I really envy Christie. After Qin Feng confirmed that Christie understood his intentions, he entered the captain's room alone. The dwarf factory is producing equipment in full swing. The skill, steam acceleration, with a cooldown of up to 3 days has been activated, and outsiders must not be allowed to interfere with the production activities on the island. Not only the goblins, but even the rookie captain of the same class, Qin Feng does not plan to receive them for now. After all, today's production is related to the income of Haiyuan stone. And this sea source stone will directly affect the progress of Qin Feng's next upgrade. Therefore, if any ships from other forces approach, Christie must lure them away with water elements. Ensure that Angmar Island will not be discovered by outsiders in the near future. Fortunately, there are other scattered isolated islands near the island as shelters, and it is difficult for others to find the existence of Angmar Island from a distance. After ensuring that his production line will not be disturbed, Qin Feng can finally write a post with peace of mind. There is not much content, but because of its status as a popular person, this post was directly topped the most popular in the novice area of Tianzun.com. This is as Qin Feng expected, and the next step is to wait for the news to ferment. Reward. Kill the blue-faced goblins. The person who kills the most will be given a bronze-quality weapon. Time limit. 24 hours. Sure enough, the comments at the bottom of the post soon disappeared. God Qin is awesome. Just put the bronze weapon on. Those who don't go to hunt down goblins are either fools or idiots. God Qin's call, I am the first to respond. The one who kills the most goblins, God Qin will send bronze-quality weapons, brothers. Let's get angry. In order to avenge Li Shang and to give peace to mankind, there is nothing wrong with God Qin's actions. It's not just that there's nothing wrong with it, it's just that you have a broad mind and a heroic spirit. God Qin, great atmosphere. Qin Feng quickly swiped the message page, a smug smile appeared on his face. The reward for a bronze weapon will attract thousands of rookie captains to participate in the crusade against goblins. In this way, newcomers passing through the Angmar Sea will only focus on the goblins instead of exploring Angmar Island. Qin Feng can do his own arms production business with peace of mind. At the same time, the newcomers will also inquire and share the location of the base of the blue-faced goblins during this period. At that time, Qin Feng can directly attack and capture the thief and the king. Completely solve the hidden danger of the blue-faced family. By the way, you can also torture the leader of the goblins, who is the instigator behind them. Qin Feng's move to publish a post can be said to kill two birds with one stone. At this time, everywhere in the Great Novice Sea, countless rookie captains can't wait to head towards the sea area where the goblins are located. As fleets from all over the Novice Sea region converged towards the Angmar Sea region, the situation of the goblins became passive. Even the goblin warship that was observed before hastily withdrew and disappeared without a trace. In the past half a day, it was obvious that someone had set foot in the sea near the goblin base. The old saying is true. There is great power in numbers. If Qin Feng sent his own fleet to search for it, it is unknown when and what month it will be found. But there are more than 1 billion newcomers in the Novice Sea area. Even if only hundreds of thousands of them were dispatched together, the search time would be incredibly shortened. Hundreds of thousands of people is already an unusually large number. Qin Feng's original plan would be enough to call for tens of thousands of people to mobilize, but he still underestimated his appeal. Most of the more than 1 billion newcomers, and captains who are weak or have not found an alliance partner, will not rashly participate in this operation to kill goblins. On the one hand, due to their lack of strength, they thought they had no chance to compete for the reward, and it would be a waste of effort to go there. On the other hand, the goblin warships raided and instantly killed Li Shang, and their impressive attack power still deterred the captains. Therefore, the fleet that is too weak is still buried in killing monsters. After all, goblin monsters are not ordinary, and if he is not careful, the captain himself will become a fool who gives away people's heads for thousands of miles. Captain and Ship Class. Upgrading from LV.1 to LV.2 requires 4,000 Sea Origin Stones. Upgrading from LV.2 to LV.3 requires 50,000 Sea Origin Stones. On the fourth day of the novice period, through their unremitting efforts day and night, there are not a few captains who have collected 10,000 Sea Origin Stones. Of course, this was also thanks to the help of many black iron materials sold by Qin Feng at that time. Even a piece of black iron ammunition has greatly improved the combat effectiveness of novice players. So at this time in the novice sea territory, the fleet's mainstream level has reached LV.2. There are only a few unlucky guys who are still so poor that they still stay at the initial level of LV.1. These LV.1 captains naturally wouldn't choose to waste their time traveling thousands of miles to the Angmar waters. For them, it is the most important thing to seize the time to bury their heads in killing monsters and saving money. Because once the 7-day novice protection period is over, everyone will face a more free and dangerous non-novice sea. In addition to the mainstream fleet and the unlucky fleet, there are also a few advanced fleets. The fleet upgraded to LV.3 at this time can be described as the pinnacle of rookies. The upgrade cost of 50,000 Sea Source Stones is an almost insurmountable threshold for newcomers. Counting the simultaneous upgrade of the captain's level and the ship's level, the threshold was raised to 100,000 in an instant. It is impossible for a single player to collect 100,000 Sea Origin Stones so quickly in low-level sea areas. Therefore, this is why the LV.3 at this time is the existence of the peak. Extremely rare. Only a naturally existing united group like the family power can quickly gather resources and throw them on one person. Like hundreds of trickles converging into the sea. Everyone can earn less money, but if it is pooled to one person, it will be very impressive. Shaho, Yang, and Dongfang, the young masters and daughters of these aristocratic families took the lead in stepping into the realm of LV.3. At this time, they waited with their heads up and looked from afar, proud of the spring breeze. And the Nangong family, which is as famous as these families, spent a lot of sea source stones to snap up the sea beast spirits auctioned by Qin Feng. Therefore, their young master's upgrade progress is slightly behind. However, even the peak fleet of LV.3 dare not claim to be number 1. Because, on top of their heads, there is also a mysterious boy named Qin Feng. The young master and daughter of an aristocratic family can arrogantly despise all new captains. But he dared not look down on Qin Feng in the slightest. Every time Qin Feng was mentioned, jealousy and awe appeared faintly on their noble and domineering faces. At the beginning, Qin Feng was far ahead of everyone, and was the first to reach the LV.3 level, surpassing all others. It shocked everyone. At the moment, everyone doesn't know that the disciples of the aristocratic family just caught up with him recently and entered the LV.3 level. Qin Feng is already thinking about breaking through LV.4. Upgrading from LV.3 to LV.4 requires 500,000 Sea Origin stones. The captain's level, the level of the treasure and the Blue Dragon Flame, combined, will consume at least 1.5 million Sea Origin stones. Qin Feng lay on his couch, thinking alone. Since the newly obtained fine iron roar has not been fully repaired. Therefore, Qin Feng has no plans to upgrade it for the time being in order to maximize its utility. At this time, Qin Feng's wallet contained 100,000 sea source stones. He is not panicking. In the dwarf production factory, a batch of 100 pieces of black iron weapons and equipment can be manufactured every hour, and a batch can earn 100,000. So after 14 hours, Qin Feng's wealth can support his upgrade plan. What's more, the duration of the steam acceleration skill is 24 hours. After the upgrade, Qin Feng will also save a lot of sea source stones for emergencies. If the fighting power of the blue-faced goblins is not weak, the rookie fleet will be very difficult to attack. They will more or less seek equipment to improve. From another perspective, these goblins are indirectly helping Qin Feng to open up equipment sales. Thinking of this, Qin Feng was even full of anticipation. Look at the situation of the siege of goblins. Qin Feng clicked on Tianzun.com to pay attention to the battle information. He wanted to see if someone had already shared the location of the goblin base of the Blueface tribe. Li Shang's death is not wronged, my level 2 ships have all been scrapped. These goblins are densely packed like ants. Everyone worked together to bombard. Kill these green-skinned monkeys to death. Wait, help, I seem to have landed on the goblins' base island by mistake. Awesome. We can't save you. Quickly tell everyone your location, hide it first, and wait for us to respond. Newcomer Captain Guo Jia, location sharing. Click to join. Okay. Has anyone actually found the goblin base? Qin Feng browsed the chatting eyes, suddenly a bright light flashed. When the rookie captain named Guo Jia sent a distress signal on the chat channel. Surprise and excitement immediately surfaced on Qin Feng's cheeks. The location sharing of one of the chat functions continued, and many captains clicked into it. But Qin Feng did not. Once clicked in, although he can see Guo Jia's location, he can judge the location of the goblin base. But at the same time, it will expose its position. Angmar Island, which is in full production, does not want to be harassed by endless new captains. Guo Jia's location may not necessarily be the goblin base. Let's talk about it after other radical captains confirm it. Someone in the chat group will definitely report the coordinates of the goblin base. Qin Feng calmly exited the chat room. The positioning shared by Guo Jia is only a preliminary position. And it may not be accurate, even he himself landed by mistake, and he still can't confirm that it is the goblin base. The other captains will attack the place where Guo Jia is next, so let's check the news at that time. Qin Feng reckoned. With the current strength of the rookie captains, it should take a few hours to break through the outer defense line of the goblins. The dwarves were swinging their hammers like flying. The rookies are conquering the goblins. As for Qin Feng, he could take this opportunity to take a good rest. Compared with the two, Qin Feng is really very comfortable. And just lying down so easily, he will soon have a huge amount of wealth in his pocket. Beautiful. By the way, the achievement rewards obtained by upgrading to level 3 are still useless. There are too many things to do in the past 2 days, and the silver treasure chest has been left behind. Qin Feng relaxed and remembered that there was such a treasure. Extraction achievement reward. Silver treasure chest 1. Open the box. As soon as the words fell, an exquisite silver cast treasure chest appeared out of thin air, and the lid was slowly opened. A burst of dazzling color blooms in the box. The silver treasure chest was successfully opened. Congratulations on obtaining a silver quality item, silver treasure map. Treasure map. Behind it lies a treasure map of enormous wealth and secrets. This is the treasure that every navigator pursues in his life. Qin Feng immediately checked this precious treasure map. Silver treasure map, treasures in the Novice Sea area. A strange aura lingers on this blueprint, and if its secrets are revealed, there may be incredible gains. Hint: there seem to be several fingerprints of skeleton traces on the treasure map, which is really weird. Only by dripping a few drops of blood related to it can the true content of the treasure map be revealed. The treasure map was covered by a billowing purple mist, and nothing could be seen. Seeing the prompt, Qin Feng frowned. Traces of skeletons, fingerprints. It's all bones, how can I still hold this treasure map? Could it be? Could it be that the fingerprints on the treasure map are undead? A flash of light flashed in Qin Feng's mind. That's right, it's the undead. Only the undead have a skeleton form. But doubts ensued. The undead are a relatively high-level race in the Endless Sea. Their natural strength is very terrifying. It's not like low-level monsters like goblins can be compared. According to the knowledge in the books, the undead will be isolated from the Novice Sea because of their strength. So how did the treasure of the undead be buried in the Novice Sea? Just when Qin Feng couldn't figure it out, a previous conversation suddenly flooded into his thoughts. That was his conversation with Bill Hardbeard just now. Do you know that behind this group of goblins, are there any other forces assisting? What kind of power? I didn't pay attention to this. It's just. A few years ago, the spies once said that he saw a guy with an undead, who used to connect with goblins. Undead. I see. Qin Feng's eyes sank slightly, and suddenly became enlightened. The strangeness of the undead treasure is inseparable from the goblins of the blue-faced clan. Moreover, follow the vine to find out what the purpose of those undead people is. Why do you sneak into the sea of newcomers quietly? At this time, the thoughts in Qin Feng's mind became clear. By the way, even the hint on the treasure map was unlocked. Undead in skeleton form have no blood. Then, the blood referred to in the reminder is probably the blood of the goblin who is inextricably linked to it. And, most likely, the blood of the goblin supreme leader. Very good. Qin Feng revealed a confident expression. He is determined to win the supreme leader of the goblins. Wait for the weapons to be produced and sell them online. The sea source stones earned will break through the fleet to level 4 and improve the quality and configuration of the crew. Then, go straight to Wonglong. Capture the goblin leader. Ask the secrets of the undead. Unlock the treasure map. All in one go. Planning the course of action for the past 2 days in his mind, Qin Feng lying on the bed unknowingly fell asleep. I don't know how much time has passed. Outside the cabin door, there was a greeting from the dwarf patriarch Bill. Captain, are you there? The first 10 batches of black iron weapons and equipment have been accepted and are now waiting for your disposal. All 1,000 pieces of black iron equipment have been produced. Hearing this, Qin Feng suddenly woke up. All 1,000 pieces of black iron equipment have been produced. Hearing this, Qin Feng suddenly woke up. I actually slept for so long. 1,000 pieces of equipment have been built, which means that 10 hours have passed. Qin Feng walked out of the cabin, the cool and humid sea breeze blowing towards his face. He took a deep breath, and his whole body became much lighter. Looking at the stars in the dark blue night sky, it is refreshing. It seems that these days are indeed too tired. Qin Feng muttered secretly in his heart, and fell asleep until midnight. But this also reflects how stable Angmar Island is at this time. There was no unexpected situation that disturbed Qin Feng's rest. On the other hand, with the protection of the fleet and Christie, Qin Feng felt relieved from the bottom of his heart. In front of him, Bill Hard must bow his knees respectfully to Qin Feng. Qin Feng came back to his senses, and said to Bill, the simple dwarf patriarch. Excuse me, have these batches of black iron quality equipment passed the inspection? As long as it is qualified equipment, it can be directly sold online. Returning to the captain, the dwarves have checked one by one, and all the products left are qualified products. Bill Hardbeard answered honestly. Very well, thanks to your Hardbeard clan this time. Qin Feng never forgets to show off. The dwarves of the Hardbeard clan are not only superior in craftsmanship, hardworking and tenacious, but also have a product qualification rate far beyond Qin Feng's expectations. It saved him a lot of mind. Thank you for your compliment, the Hardbeard clan will definitely do its best. Bill seemed to be shouting a slogan. Okay. Qin Feng nodded lightly. Bill turned around wisely and retreated. This time, the products produced by the dwarves, in addition to the armor-piercing steel knife, which is highly sought after by novices, also created a new kind of equipment. Resistance Coat, a masterpiece of black iron armor, crafted with craftsmanship inherited from the Hardbeard clan. When affected by a magical abnormal state, there is a 5% chance to resist the state. Defense Power 300. Additional attribute, HP plus 10. The special effect is resistance to abnormal status. Coupled with the high defense, this makes its advantages clear at a glance. You know, the captain himself was very fragile in the early stage. As a LV.3, Qin Feng only has 150 health points. So defense is a life-saving thing for the captain. I would rather not take a weapon than drop my armor. In addition, the resistance coat also has additional attributes, increasing the precious blood volume by 10 points. This piece of armor is simply the life-saving equipment that every rookie captain dreams of at this stage. Qin Feng didn't arrange for the dwarves to produce it for no reason at all. Resisting the circulation of the coats is precisely to preserve the novice captain's life as much as possible. Especially the captains of the goblins rushing to the front line at this moment. Qin Feng is still counting on collecting money from everyone. If they die at the hands of goblin monsters, the sea source stone will disappear with it. For Qin Feng, it was not a good thing. This piece of armor will definitely sell more hotly than the armor-piercing steel knife. Qin Feng commented confidently. The Code of Resistance can not only save the novice's life, but also help Qin Feng make money quickly. Qin Feng's eyes were full of admiration. Without further ado, immediately enter the trading section of Tianzun.com. Armor-piercing steel knife, black iron quality, effect introduction, probability of breaking defense. Quantity, 500 pieces. Unit price, 1000 sea source stones. Resistance coat, black iron quality, effect introduction, probability of resistance to abnormal status, additional blood volume. Quantity, 500 pieces. Unit price, 1000 sea source stones. Qin Feng needs no hype. After entering the product information for consignment, he closed the page. Because he knew that as long as his name appeared in the trading section, he would be the most popular in an instant. It's appeared. Qinshan beer. Wow. Armor is added this time, a set of life-saving equipment is a must. That's right, dozens of captains have been killed by goblins just now, and the Code of Resistance came at the right time. Qin Gerger, my bust is can I order a dress with a big bust for her next time? You can trade it face to face. You beauty, you are too direct, I like it. My nose is bleeding. Do you still have time to chat? Didn't get it again. There is a knife on Sezi's head. With the noise of the chat channel boiling. A series of transaction prompts jumped in Qin Feng's ears continuously. Congratulations. You have sold 3 pieces of the consigned item, armor-breaking steel knife, and received a payment of 3,000 Haiyuan stones. Congratulations. You have sold 15 pieces of the consigned product, armor-breaking steel knife, and received a payment of 15,000 Haiyuan stones. Congratulations. You have sold 10 pieces of the item, resistance coat, that you consigned, and received a payment of 10,000 Haiyuan stones. Congratulations. 99 pieces of your consignment product, resistance coat, have been sold, and you have received a purchase price of 99,000 Haiyuan stones. Tianzun.com, the consignment arrives in seconds. Qin Feng was overjoyed when 1 million sea source stones arrived instantly. It's time to break through to LV.4. Qin Feng tightly grasped the bulging sea source stone in the purse. Thanks for watching.